If you're a lover of fresh spring rolls, then you are going to love learning how easy it is to make these at home. Just like at your favorite Vietnamese restaurant, these are full of fresh herbs, boiled shrimp, vermicelli noodles, and tons of crisp veggies. And of course, they wouldn't be complete without a sweet and spicy peanut sauce to dip them into. Hey there, I'm Lennon Brazil from Evolving Table, and today we're making some homemade fresh spring rolls. You'll learn how to roll them up without tearing that delicate rice paper, as well as how to make a peanut dipping sauce with only 6 ingredients and in under 5 minutes. So if you're ready to get to cooking, then come on in and let's get started. Before we get to the fun part of rolling these up, you'll want to make sure and have all of your ingredients prepped and ready to go. So first, let's start with the veggies. I'll be using a combination of carrots, red cabbage, and cucumber. I'm using about 1.5 to 2 cups of matchstick carrots today. This helps to save a bit of time prepping, but you can also shred whole carrots instead. You can either use an English seedless cucumber or a large one with seeds. To prepare it, cut and remove both of the ends. If you're using one with seeds, slice it in half lengthwise to showcase all of the seeds. Using a spoon with a relatively sharp edge, scrape out and discard all of the seeds. Cut the cucumber halves down the middle to get 4 3-inch long pieces. Julienne the cucumber into thin strips about 1/4 inch wide and 1/4 to 1/2 inch thick. It's best to leave the peel on for an added crunch and a pop of color in the spring rolls, but you can always choose to peel them if you'd prefer. Next, thinly slice a red cabbage until you have roughly 1.5 to 2 cups that are 3 inches long. After the veggies are prepped, you'll want to grab half a bunch of cilantro and about 1 ounce of basil. You can either use Thai or sweet basil. Remove the basil and cilantro leaves from their stems. And a quick trick here, you can remove a lot of the cilantro leaves by lightly pulling on the leaves as you run your thumb and pointer finger down the main stem. So easy, right? And just look at all of these gorgeous colors. Our spring rolls are going to be so beautiful. Now that the veggies are prepped, we'll set these aside until we're ready to roll. Ready to rock and roll. And next we'll start preparing those vermicelli noodles. To do this, you'll want to bring a medium to large pot of water to a boil. Once boiling, remove the pot from the heat and add 4 ounces of vermicelli noodles. Let them soak in the warm water for 5 minutes or until they become tender. Drain the water from the pot using a colander and rinse under cool running water to stop the cooking process. You can also toss them in a teaspoon of oil to prevent any sticking. Now on to the shrimp. Make sure you look for ones that are medium in size and are about 35 to 40 count per pound. You can either choose to boil the shrimp at home or buy already cooked shrimp. Totally up to you. I'm starting with raw shrimp today, so I'm just going to add them into a pot of boiling water and cook for 2 to 3 minutes. You'll know they're cooked through when they're opaque and their tails begin to curl. Rinse shrimp under cold running water until they are cool to the touch. We've got all of our filling ingredients ready to go, so now it's time to start rolling. And you want to wait just before rolling to start softening that rice paper. And only soften one at a time. They become very tricky to work with if they sit out for too long. Fill a large shallow pan or dish with 1 to 2 inches of warm water. You'll want the dish to be large enough to fit a piece of rice paper into it with a little wiggle room around all of the sides. Dip 1 piece of rice paper into the warm water and let soak for 5 seconds. And not a second longer. The paper will still feel a bit firm when you pull it out, but it will continue to soften up while you add your filling ingredients. Remove the paper from the water and place it on a plastic cutting board. Do not try rolling these on a wooden cutting board. The rice paper will stick to the wood and end up tearing. In the middle of the rice paper, add about a tablespoon of cilantro, a few basil leaves, 3 boiled shrimp, 1/4 cup of vermicelli noodles, 2 strips of cucumber, 1 to 2 tablespoons of carrots, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of shredded cabbage. Place just enough of these ingredients into the roll without overfilling it. If you have too many ingredients, you'll have a difficult time rolling it up. Starting from the side closest to you, fold over the bottom edge of the rice paper to cover up the ingredients. Next, fold the right side over. This is a little easier if you hold the paper with both hands. If it crinkles up a little bit, it's totally okay. Just keep going. Next, fold the left side over. It should look like an opened envelope at this point. If you're having a hard time rolling these up without your fingers sticking to the rice paper, I've got a little trick for you. All you need to do is take the tips of your fingers and dip them into the warm water. They should slide right over the rice paper now without sticking. Beginning from the side of the roll that is closest to you, roll the rice paper and ingredients like a burrito until it makes a tight spring roll. Repeat with the remaining ingredients and the remaining rice paper. Place them on a plate with a little bit of water to prevent any sticking. You should end up with about 12 spring rolls. And now for the peanut butter dipping sauce. Grab a medium-sized bowl and either a whisk or a spoon. Add half a cup of smooth peanut butter. If it's pretty thick, microwave it for 10 seconds so it will soften up and be easier to mix. 2 tablespoons of Tamari or soy sauce. 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar or fresh lime juice. 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Honey or agave nectar may also be used. 1 to 2 teaspoons of sriracha sauce. And 1 clove of crushed garlic. Whisk until smooth and well combined. Slowly add in warm water, 1 tablespoon at a time to help thin it out. You'll end up adding somewhere between 3 to 6 tablespoons. I've added 5 tablespoons of water to get mine to be a good dipping consistency. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, these totally remind me of the ones that we always get at our favorite Vietnamese restaurant. If you want a few more fun snack and finger food ideas, make sure you check out these other easy appetizer recipes. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll see you in the next one.